Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood and don't assign them tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. For true love is inexhaustible. The more you give, the more you have. And if you go to draw at the true fountainhead, the more water you draw, the more abundant is its flow. You become responsible, forever, for what you have tamed. Grown-ups never understand anything for themselves, and it is tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. Tell me who admires and loves you, and I will tell you who you are. Each man must look to himself to teach him the meaning of life. It is not something discovered, it is something molded. Only the unknown frightens men. But once a man has faced the unknown, that terror becomes the known. A civilization is built on what is required of men, not on that which is provided for them. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Perfection is achieved, not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. The meaning of things lies not in the things themselves, but in our attitude towards them. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. No single event can awaken within us a stranger totally unknown to us. To live is to be slowly born. It would be a bit too easy if we could go about borrowing ready-made souls. The machine does not isolate man from the great problems of nature but plunges him more deeply into them. Transport of the mails, transport of the human voice, transport of flickering pictures in this century as in others our highest accomplishments still have the single aim of bringing men together. Of what worth are convictions that bring not suffering? A designer knows he has achieved perfection not when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. True happiness comes from the joy of deeds well done, the zest of creating things new. I have no right, by anything I do or say, to demean a human being in his own eyes. What matters is not what I think of him, it is what he thinks of himself. To undermine a man's self-respect is a sin. I know but one freedom, and that is the freedom of the mind. The one thing that matters is the effort. When you give yourself, you receive more than you give. Charity never humiliated him who profited from it, nor ever bound him by the chains of gratitude, since it was not to him but to God that the gift was made. Whoever loves above all the approach of love will never know the joy of attaining it. The notion of looking on at life has always been hateful to me. What am I if I am not a participant? In order to be, I must participate. How could there be any question of acquiring or possessing, when the one thing needful for a man is to become, to be at last, and to die in the fullness of his being? Only he can understand what a farm is, what a country is, who shall have sacrificed part of himself to his farm or country, fought to save it, struggled to make it beautiful. Only then will the love of farm or country fill his heart. The aeroplane has unveiled for us the true face of the earth. The time for action is now. It's never too late to do something. What makes the desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well. And now here is my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. War is not an adventure. It is a disease. It is like typhus. Night, the beloved. Night, when words fade and things come alive. When the destructive analysis of day is done, and all that is truly important becomes whole and sound again. When man reassembles his fragmentary self and grows with the calm of a tree. A civilization is a heritage of beliefs, customs, and knowledge slowly accumulated in the course of centuries, elements difficult at times to justify by logic, but justifying themselves as paths when they lead somewhere, since they open up for man his inner distance. It is in the compelling zest of high adventure and of victory, and in creative action, that man finds his supreme joys. We say nothing essential about the cathedral when we speak of its stones. We say nothing essential about man when we seek to define him by the qualities of men. Once men are caught up in an event, they cease to be afraid. Only the unknown frightens men. Motivational quotes. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. If you find this video motivational, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and remember to hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and comment.